Hello, traders. How are you guys doing? Dumelang, Dumelang, Dumelang. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are good. Welcome to yet another exciting strategy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I hope you guys have been good. I hope you've been good. I'm just gonna before we go there, don't forget to subscribe and like our content and share your thoughts and also comment on the comment section on what you want us to touch on, yeah. But without wasting any time, I'm going to teach you a strategy, a very simple strategy, which you can use to make thousands of dollars every Monday. But before we go there, let's just jump onto the sorry let's just jump onto our fundamentals for this week. I guess you can see that today, being a Monday, the market wasn't really moving that much because there wasn't really any fundamentals. There was a bit of news in China, but the Chinese yuan doesn't really move the market that much. Tomorrow, there is also not much of news there on the market, not much. The news are not that they don't have high impact, but we will see a bit of movement tomorrow because we see a bit of news on the US dollar. But things are really going to start moving on Wednesday. As you can see, we have so many news on the euro and on the pound, which is like your flash manufacturing PMIs. Manufacturing PMIs are very interesting. They really move the market, like your euro and your pound and so on and so forth. These are just news that you know they are called PMIs. PMIs, it's short for what? For managers purchasing index. These are news. These are just uh, it's information basically that we get from the manufacturing sector. Managers ba e leng gore I'll put it in Setswana so that you understand. Ba e leng gore they are responsible for the manufacturing sector, as in go manufacture and dilo thing. You know what I'm saying? So these are guys who are responsible for looking at the employment of the like employees, the employment of their whatever staff, the production side, new orders for their manufactured goods, prices, suppliers, deliveries, inventory, which is like your stock levels, and so on and so forth. And usually it's divided into two. We have like the flash and the final PMI. The flash is the one that carries more impact. And as you can see here, if you look closely, anything that is above 50, like you can see that they have forecast that the euro news on Wednesday at 9:15 my time. I don't know and so on and so forth. So they focus that the manufacturing PMI for France, which is going to affect the euro, is going to be they are expecting a contraction, which is like 45.8. Anything above 50, if actually is about above 50, it's considered positive news. 50 is considered as like growth, like it shows that the manufacturing PMIs, that sector is growing. Anything less than 50 is a contraction. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess you understand what I'm trying to say there. As you can see, in May this year, let me just check where we had. It's been all negative most of the time. But yeah, having said that, those are the news that are gonna move the market, and these are flash PMIs. Flash PMIs really, they really move the market compared to final. You know what I mean? So yeah, but we also have GPI PMIs, and still on Wednesday, we also have the overnight rate or the interest rate for the Canadian dollar, and you can see it's going to be around 3:45 my time. Then Thursday we have advanced GDP for the US dollar and unemployment claims as usual. Then core PCE price index for the US dollar on Friday. So yeah, before we go into my strategy, let me just tell you that before we go there, let me just show you something. There's this, if you don't know. Do you guys know that the market doesn't really close on weekends? We all know that the market closes on weekends at 11 p.m. when it's our winter this side in Africa. When it's summer, when it's our summer, it closes at 12 and opens at 12 midnight, closes 12 midnight, opens 12 midnight Sunday, and then closes 12 midnight. So what I'm trying to say is the market doesn't really close. The market doesn't really close. It only closes us out, us as in retail traders. But big banks, and other financial institutions are always trading, 24/7. It's just that during the weekend, the volumes might be low, right? So this strategy that I'm going to teach you today works like this. You can make money with this strategy every Monday. Why? Because we have gaps in the market that we see as retail traders, right? I'm going to give you an example. We have a gap down and a gap up. A gap down will be something like this. Like the market will be selling, dropping like that, selling, and then it will close here at 11 p.m. And then a gap down is when the market opens at 11 p.m. on Sunday, technically, which will be our Monday. If it opens early, a gap down, it will close here, it will open here. And then there is this gap that is here. Because Rona as retail traders, we can't actually see the market moving here because apparently the market is closed. That's what we think. But the market doesn't really close, So having said that, I remember when I realized this strategy, like these gaps, and figure out that I can actually make money out of this. I technically like make money, continuously using this strategy. So it's very easy. Once we have a gap down, the market, because of this void or this space or this gap, the market will try to do what? It before the end of Monday, if you play your cards right, when the market usually opens, it will try now to do what? To play out in such a way that it goes up and fills this gap, right? So a gap down will be filled by the market buying because it technically would have been oversold. You just have to look at your price action, your market structure, and so on and so forth, so that you target these opportunities and start making money out of it, right? So that's the first scenario, which was a gap down. So we also have what we call a gap up. A gap up is just basically the opposite of a gap down. A gap up will be when the market maybe, let's say it's selling like this, and then when it opens up there, right? And then there is a gap here. You know what I'm saying? So there is a gap here and the market would open up there. Because the market closes here on Friday, then when the market opens because it's been moving but we can't see it as retail traders, right? Because brokers, so what happens is the market will open at the top there. That's what we call a gap. Excuse my horrible handwriting. This will be a gap up. So when there is a gap up, always anticipate that the market will play out and then fill this gap eventually. So every void, every space technically usually has to be filled. So that's how you make money on this. It happens on almost all the assets that you can trade, all of them, right? And most importantly, you can also use this advantage, this Monday to Friday on stocks like your Facebook, your Apple, because stocks open during working hours in the US, and then at around 10 p.m. our time they close. Like you can trade Facebook from 3 p.m. Our time up until 10 p.m. 10 p.m. is more like an 8 to 5. They close. When they close, the following day, there will be a gap. Like the market, let's say the market is buying like this, and then it closes here. Then there is a gap up. The market opens up at the top there. When the market opens there, it usually comes back and fills this gap. So a gap up, it's usually filled by you going what? Going short, as in selling. A gap down like this, you usually fill it by buying. So let me just show you a simple example on the chart. I don't know which one I can show you. Maybe I can go to the stocks and show you because they are more clear. But if you are using what can I look at? Like your Tesla, right? Usually, this is your Tesla here. You can see that the market this today didn't really play out well. You see, here is a classical example. There was like you see here, the market opened. This was a gap up. The market closed here on Friday, which was the 12th. 12th was Friday, right? Am I right? That was last week before Wadi holiday. Then the market went all the way up. Then you can see it fills the gap. This gap that you see here. Do you guys see the gap? Do you guys see the gap? Can you see the gap? That is the gap that I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? So the market went a bit up, reached a bit of a resistance there, then came and filled this gap here, this gap here. After that, it bounces and goes up. You can identify this gap up or gap down thing, and you can see here. Here it didn't really play out well, but it works all the freaking time. Works all the freaking time. Look at this. Look at this. This was also a gap up. The market after this, it comes back down to fill the gap. But you can see today it didn't really play out well because the market, you can see the market closed here on Friday, which was the 19th, closed here, and there was a gap up. After that, it tried to sell a bit, but because of the market playing funny, you can see it went up to go and try and create what? A double top. Now it's only going down. This is on Tesla. Only now is it only, price action also has to be respected. So from here, I'm sure it's going to fill this gap that you see here. This is the gap that I'm talking about. That's created when the market closes. So on stocks like your Tesla, your Facebook, this is Facebook. You can see they move in almost the same way. You can see this is your Meta, whatever, your Facebook, your Instagram, your WhatsApp, whatever. That's the stock. There was a gap up. You can see fill. We expect it to be filled completely, probably by end of today. I don't know, or maybe tomorrow or something. But you can see what I'm trying to. You can see here, there was a gap here. There was a gap here. After that, price went all the way down. There was a gap here, a gap down. Price went and filled that gap. Do you see what I'm saying? Price went, there was a gap here. Price went up to fill the gap. So if there is a gap down, you buy. Gap up, you sell. That's basically what I'm saying. So even on on some brokers don't really show it, but even on your Nasdaqs, your gold, and all things like that, you can your currencies. There's also gaps that you always have to fill, right? I don't want to make this video to be too long, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your your thoughts, right? Feedback is very, very important. Let's continue making money, guys. The market has so many opportunities. As you can see, today gold was, the market wasn't really moving, right? You can see it was a very tricky situation. In the morning, gold tried to push up. Obviously, it failed to go up there. Then there was this like drop. After the drop, you can see it's not really, it's just a choppy market, especially on gold and even the GBP USD. There wasn't really much of action today, right? But yeah, all the best, guys. Wishing you a profitable week. Please try the strategy. It works 100% all the time. Try to take advantage of it by doing gap fills and whatnot. You know what I mean? So yeah, all the best, guys, for the new week. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. And yeah, the sky is the limit in that thing. You just need to focus. You just need to, if the market is not moving, stay away from the market. Like today, I didn't trade today, but for sure from tomorrow, we'll start seeing the market playing out nicely, right? It's just warming up to the new week, man. And yeah, all the best, and let's keep going.